All right, Mountain West championship game. If Conor Mack doesn't go to the Pac-12 championship game, maybe he'll go to this one.
I know.
This is also at Allegiant Stadium, Las Vegas, Saturday afternoon, noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. Boise State and UNLV. That's right. You're not seeing things. There's nothing wrong. You're not under the influence of anything. Yes, you are seeing that on your screen. UNLV on the marquee in the Mountain West championship game. What a turnaround season. Boise State, 2.5 point favorites, 58.5 the total, 59. So as much as I love what I've seen out of UNLV, Barry Odom, outstanding job, defense much improved. Jaden Mayava, they've definitely found a quarterback that they can rely on moving forward, and he's just getting his feet wet here at the UNLV. Very impressive, 9-3 on the season. Like I said, extremely impressed with what I saw from UNLV all season long. This is going to be quite the challenge for them because they got a Boise State squad that is absolutely peaking at the right time, playing their best football right here, right now, 3-0 straight up, 3-0 against the spread, coinciding with the dismissal of Andy Avalos as well. Let's keep that in mind. He is definitely, I think that cleared the air. I don't know what happened, but clearly there was some disconnect, coaching and players or bad, just bad vibes. And obviously this team struggled on the field performance-wise, and you're seeing it's been a different Boise team and dominant. They destroyed New Mexico. New Mexico beat Fresno, and Boise destroyed New Mexico 42-14. They destroyed Utah State 45-10. They took it to Air Force 27-19. Now, Air Force has struggled down the stretch. UNLV beat Air Force as well. But, man, Boise's playing outstanding ball right now. They're healthy finally. That's a big factor. They've got their stable of backs, both of them healthy and on the field at the same time, and they are a load. George Halani's back, and to go with Ashton Genty, and that's a really, really good running back tandem for Boise right now. Talon Green at quarterback, playing with confidence, throwing the ball well enough, and we know what he can do with his feet. It's a really, really good offense right now. It's one that's going to be significant challenge for UNLV here in this game. On the flip side, like I say, I think the Boise State team can move the ball on UNLV. That's the one thing about the Rebels is that the defense is still against some better offensive teams, a little shaky. I mean, it's one thing to shut down, New Mexico and Wyoming defensively, but, Air Force moved the ball well against UNLV. Fresno, the game they lost, the only game they lost this year, or the only Mountain West game they lost, 31-24. They struggled a bit defensively in that game, UNLV, and it goes without saying, they got shredded. Wow, by San Jose State in the home finale. But the spot was a little dubious, right? They just won the biggest game they've won in years against Air Force to get into the Mountain West championship game. You kind of figured UNLV might be in a little bit of a hangover spot. They were, no question, against San Jose State last week. But Cordero picked them apart. They couldn't stop the run either. Kyrie Robinson, 165 rushing yards for San Jose State in that game. I don't know. I love the run for UNLV. My heart wants to take them here, especially getting 2.5 points in what's their home stadium. Although Boise and the blue folks from Boise, Idaho, are going to make the trip.
They're going to be there.
Travel, no question about that. And how even in the turnaround year, it's still been difficult to draw people into going to the games for UNLV at home. You're there and you know it. So while it's been a nice turnaround season, it's going to still take, I think, another year or two of really solid football play to get people invested with their pocketbook and their money to buy tickets again for UNLV football. So there's going to be a lot of Boise fans there. It won't be a true home field environment or atmosphere for UNLV. I got to lean Boise. My head says Boise. My heart says UNLV. I like the over in this game. I think you'll see points. I think Boise can move the ball. And I think UNLV can as well. They're a little bit more trustworthy right now offensively, in my opinion, than defensively. So I lean Boise. I like the over as well. And, of course, you won't have any weather issues inside it. Allegiant. What do you think here, Conor?
Yeah, you know what? Last week, I just didn't know if it could get there because I thought it was a little high. It did. But I feel the same here about the total real quick. I think it's just a little bit high. And both these teams, just their defenses are streaky. One thing that was big in some of the losses, last week it was only -1. but they lost a turnover battle. To that game they lost, UNLV. They remember all those turnovers that in that game they had. But all the other games where they've won, Bavano, they've been plus. UNLV's top 20, I believe, in the country.
Well, I was making a great point.
They're I might have to bounce out. They're in the top 20 plus 8 turnover margin. So they need that here for this defense. That's, like I said, kind of bend but don't break all year long. The offense has been really good. This one's tough though. You bet. Like, I'm just gonna watch this game. I think I really want my money on it. I think it's a good game. UNLV's now in it. They haven't played Boise in 4 years, and this used to just be Boise. They could go in with their D game and beat UNLV by 2 or 3 touchdowns in years past. So I think UNLV will be pumped for it. There will be a ton of Boise fans there as well. So it's tough for me. I'm just going to watch. I don't think there's really a great betting angle in this game. You know, we have a low number here. It's 2. So, but I think UNLV could win. Watch out.
I do too. Part of me is worried psychologically about UNLV. Are they just happy to be here? Are they just
that's true.
This far already? It's already been just an amazing season, way beyond anybody's wildest dreams or expectations of what UNLV would do this year. That they would this kind of record, 9-3, and in the Mountain West Championship game. Look, they obviously you would think, you still want to win the game, but I know for a fact I would think Boise really wants to win this one because they were in this Mountain West championship game, I believe, last year, and it was a true home game for them, and they lost to Fresno 28-16. So they're in the Mountain West championship game for a second straight year. A lot of the same players that lost to Fresno State last year in the Mountain West championship game. So there's that. We really want to, we want to put ourselves through the situation of losing here in the conference championship game 2 years. So I know Boise State's amped up. And Boise State's playing their best football right now. The Avalos thing really provided a breath of fresh air for this team. They have been surgical on offense since the coaching change. 3-0 straight up, 3-0 against the spread. All their victories by 8 points or more. That's why I'm thinking Boise in this game. Even though I'm pulling for UNLV, I got to admit. You know, a lot of friends out there, not just Conor, but people I've know in the industry, and a lot of them have supported UNLV all these years, living in Las Vegas. So I'm cheering for them. I just don't know if this is a great matchup for them, and I really think that run game for Boise is really starting to percolate now that they've got both backs, Helani and Genty, back in the running back position for them.